how an eclipse works. It's a
lunar or solar. Which one are you talking about?
Yeah, that's the claim.
Lunar or solar? So lunar. How do you know the Earth's casting that shadow?
Because things cast shadows. Everything.
And how do you know the Earth is?
Because everything does.
Okay.
Confused by your question. I mean, everything does.
You're just imagining the Earth's doing this thing, casting the shadow, but you don't know how or if it is.
Why would it?
Because there's no evidence. How do you know it's the Earth doing it? That you can laugh. Prove to me.
I mean, why would I? Okay, like realistically, dude, if everything casts shadows, why wouldn't the Earth, a giant spherical ball? Why wouldn't
That's
it?
great.
No, that's
you
the
think
thing
it's
you're trying to prove, dude.
You think it's a giant spherical ball?
Prove, you just tried to pull a fast one. You're assuming the thing you try to prove is true.
Yeah. How do you know it is true? That's what we're asking. How do you know it's the Earth doing that?
Because shadows exist and everything casts shadows.
That's great. Thank you, Captain Obvious. We know shadows exist. How do you know it's the Earth casting the shadow on the moon? How do you know that?
What else would it be?
I don't know. Why are you asking me? I'm asking you.
Your incredulity is not actually evidence, dude.
He's like, what else?
Your lack of imagination is not evidence. I don't know what else it would be.
Ask me, bro.
Whatever I first thought it was.
I'm asking you how you know it is the Earth.
Well, because the moon's next to the Earth.
I mean, dude,
like relatively.
How do you know it is the Earth casting that shadow?
Pretty sure. Like I would assume scientists have proven that. I'm sure I can look it up here.
Yeah, we know you would assume.
Look it up. I mean, I invite you to look it up, but I'm challenging you, Oroborus. Look it up.
Okay, I will.
Okay. The man said challenge accepted. Okay. I'm good with that. I had to stir up a little trouble before we go to bed.
I was about to go to bed. Then I heard you freaking dealing these monkeys, and I'm like, can't do it.
You gotta throw in at least one more round, man. Before we call it a
Kick him in the balls and run.
Maybe play pigeon chess.
Go Rochambeau.
They're running all around the place with all these concepts and abstractions.
Dude, hey, did you see what Donnie Darko posted? It's funny that your evidence for sun rays not being parallel also proved that the Earth is round, dude.
Dude, it's too easy sometimes with these guys.
Bro, you're killing me over here, man.
Yeah.
That could only prove the Earth is round if the rays are parallel, dude. You don't even know your own evidence for shit. They don't even know what your own evidence is even trying to prove or how it would prove it.
God forbid that you show the error in the video.
The video shows non-parallel sun rays. That means the mathematics that he used are incorrect. Because the angles are in
the video.
Because the angles assume a globe with parallel sun rays. So if he calculates angles, assuming a globe with parallel sun rays, the calculation's wrong because he measured non-parallel sun rays.
You can mute your mic when you're searching for stuff for Oroborus. We're getting some feedback from you.
I'm just wondering why he has to find the evidence for what he already believes. Shouldn't that be like right on hand? Shouldn't that be right in the utility belt?
Well, am I a scientist, dude? Like, do you think
no? You're someone that
Look,
I'm a layman, dude. Obviously, I don't have all the information on hand.
Ignorance. No, this isn't about whether you're ignorant or not. I don't care about that.
Okay.
What I find interesting is that many, many, many of you guys, you believe first, find evidence later.
Yeah.
The shit was proven to me in high school. I just can't tell you off the top of my head what it was.
Proven?
That's kind of.
I went to high school like 10 years ago, dude. You really think
let me get this right.
shit? If I'm just a layman, not studying this shit, you think I just have it on the top of my brain all the time?
Yeah, I just want to get this straight. It was proven to you in high school. You've forgotten how it was proven. But you do remember the proven part, and you're like, well, I do remember my memories of it being proven, but I don't remember how it was proven. But I'll just believe that my memory, the proof of my memories, I'll believe those, and I'll continue to believe it's proven.
Do you just think everything that was taught to you in school was a lie?
No, but you do remember. No, who said lie?
Oroborus, did you take a test and pass the test?
It doesn't have to be a lie. You ever heard of
yes, I passed.
Ever heard of it being wrong?
Why would I assume it's false?
You're not assuming. Yeah. Oh, you're not assuming it's false. You observe it to be false.
Dude, I think he's searching for the.
Everybody, listen, brother, and I'm gonna say this. I said this yesterday. I'm gonna say this shit every day. I'm gonna say this at least once a day from here on out. Everybody in this chat and everybody you know has made a flat Earth observation, and an observation that falsifies the globe. You just don't know it because what you thought the globe was isn't actually the case. So 10 miles, supposed to be 66 feet of drop. I guarantee you've seen that there is not 66 feet of drop. But you thought Earth too biggie. It's normal not to see the 66 feet of drop because Earth too biggie. And you just brushed it off. Oh, I didn't, that conforms to the globe. Like people seen the Chicago skyline for freaking decades. Hundreds of years. Chicago seen across the Gulf of Lyon in France from Marseille to Canigou. I've seen that for decades, hundreds of years.
I've seen Catalina Island from Los Angeles at least 50 times.
Lots of people have seen it. And they don't realize that observation, seeing Catalina from Los Angeles, breaks the globe. But they think Earth too biggie. It's too big.
I think the whole flat.
So now the meta. Here we go. Don't listen to what I say. Just go with the meta.
Dude, I'm not equipped to discuss the curvature. Can we? I haven't brought that up. You brought that up.
Yeah, can you at least respect what he just said? I mean, because he did take time to tell you that.
I did. Yes, I was polite. I didn't say a word. Like what? Okay, I listened to what you said. I really want to talk about the ice wall. What's the flat Earth model to you guys?
Okay, let me ask you.
What's the flat Earth model?
Model of
what? That's a better question to ask. Of the flat Earth.
What does that mean? That doesn't make sense.
You're talking about the overall worldview of what we think you're talking about the overall worldview of what we think the Earth is. Oh, you're lagging, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So essentially, nobody has that overall. You're freaking lagging. I feel like it's gonna fall on deaf ears if I continue. You just lagged out.
The shadow of the Earth guy between him and the cell tower.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We keep getting more. I guess I'm gonna have to stay up a little bit more. I don't know. What else we got? Oh my God. Get your concave stuff out of here, bro. Your Elvis Presley sounding son of a gun.
Who's that? Who's the
Inside
concaver?
Secret?
Oh.
He's always in here.
Oh, I think I talked to him once.
You guys are just trying to mute the truth. You don't let the truth out. You guys are muting the truth.
No, we're muting rudeness. If the truth comes with rudeness, we'll mute that too.
So, Mickey, you remember like two years ago or so, I talked to you about that dual pole flat Earth model, and you wanted nothing to do with it. You didn't want to hear it. None of it. Well, the latest and greatest flat earthers actually are realizing the superiority of that layout
flat earthers,
as opposed to the
Jesus
Gleason
Christ.
one, which you currently
Who voted on that?
So, welcome to Flat Earth, Miggy.
Nice straw man there
Who
inside.
voted on the latest and greatest flat earthers? Like a survey's like a Nielsen rating, latest and greatest flat earthers. We got a 7 handle on the latest and greatest flat earthers. They had 50,000 people watch it.
There was a poll that was up, and all the latest and greatest flat earthers voted on that, and we all, we chose the right model.
Yeah, and since we're just a bunch of grifters too, man, we charged money to vote.
Did they get 3/4 of the community to approve it? Was it like ratified and stuff?
No, we just need like at least 51%. That's about a good. That's a good standard
majority rule.
Yeah.
Was it filibustered?
According to Inside Secret. I mean, these guys.
What is with the drama queen fucking argument style? I really don't get that.
Mm-hmm.
But Jeranism said, quite Wittes said, but Eric Dubay said,
yeah, they always say
that, man. We're here, not them.
Here's what you really want to say.
Shut up, bitch!
You got it. You got it. And who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
That's the only downfall to this app is like on X, you can like drop smiley faces to show everybody you're laughing.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
I didn't have that one on the top of my favorites. I just did that then. No, though.
So Inside Secret. That's what we want to know about the latest and greatest. Who the fuck is that guy? Who are those guys? How do we determine they're the latest and greatest? Was it randomly chosen?
No
Did we have a
idea.
raffle? Did we consult the astrological charts? How do we do it, man? You guys just say anything. We just literally will say anything. Disappointing. Quite honestly.
Well, unless you've got something better, we're just going to run with it.
Indio right now is like,
you dumbass.
What the?
Where'd that wow come from?
Wow.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get
Stop
some help.
it. Stop it. Get some help.
So I assume Donnie Darko and Franz was trying to prove the distance to the sun. Is that their deal?
No, actually, no.
They were trying to prove the rays of light.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eratosthenes.
Yeah. Well, actually, the argument was on parallel light rays or non-parallel light rays.
Yeah, but
Then
why?
I threw a wrench in the works when I said, "What is a ray of light?" And then
You threw a hard wrench, bro.
I jammed that son of a bitch in those sprockets. Fucking gears and smoke started coming out that bitch.
We got
Then Donnie Darko was putting his foot in his mouth and speaking for the other guy. The other guy's like, I'm not saying that. I got them to fight against each other. It was funny. I like it.
We got the ray particle wave trichotomy, right? You gonna throw a ray in there with the particles and waves?
Yeah, dude. You just gotta because they're using abstractions, bro. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, it's real. It's reality." Well, it's not what it says
I
it
heard
is.
that. Dude, and then you read it to them.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like laughing because that's what he posted, bro. He posted that. Like, yeah, rays of light
I'm
are.
gonna post my debunk in the chat. Hold on.
Yeah, it's just like foot and mouth syndrome. Or wait, no, it was face to foot style. Yeah, that's the one. Face to foot style. How'd you like it?
So you getting up and you working tomorrow? Are we doing anything tomorrow?
Yeah, dude. It's game time tomorrow. Put your game face on.
Dude, my game
Or
face
your
is always on. I'm always ready to rock and roll, man.
Your game face avatar. Your South Park dude, man. That thing's gonna be the talk of the town later.
You guys told me to leave it that way too. I can make that so much better, but I'll leave it.
No, hell no, bro. Because it's so original. It's like when it moves like a South Park character. Like when they're, when they're walking up down the street.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
The whole body.
It is funny, man.
You got to give him a hand and make him smack some shit every once in a while, dude.
It's dude. If he animates it anymore, it's gonna get way too distracting. Everyone's gonna be focused on the character. Like, dude, I just want to stare at this.
That's a good point.
Animation.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. I don't want that either. That's no.
You start seeing like clapping seals in the background. And like, oh man, there's way too much shit going on in that character. He put samurai swords in
going, do this animation, do that animation, do this, do that, and they'll be trying to, they won't even be hearing what's said. Dude, the message is important, not the freaking puppet.
Then I'm gonna be doing like the old Boston. Hey, I'm working over here.
Or okay, so maybe not too much animation, but maybe like make him stroke his beard every once in a while.
Oh my god, dude, you're really.
I'm teasing, man. It looks great, dude. I really like it.
I would like because it's split screen. I wish I could make animations where if you're above me, I can flip you off up and then swipe you off to the side, to the left or right.
I'm gonna get up tomorrow
in the next window.
I'm probably gonna get up tomorrow and just be working in our server, and then we'll put together what topics we're gonna go over and have us some good shows, man. See how many.
How long from now? Don't even give me a time. Just tell me how long from now.
Well, it's 11:34 right now, but it'll be when CB wakes up. Because he's on Cali time, bro. So today? No, I think he said Thursday.
Was it today? You said Wednesday, right?
Thursday.
Yeah, okay.
Today's Tuesday. Well, your days are.
Dude,
I gotta head out, y'all.
Don't ask me.
Y'all have a good night. Great.
Later, sheepdog.
Peace out, sheepdog.
Yeah, thanks for the invite to that room, that group.
Yeah, no problem, man. I hope it works out for you, and we'll just have to keep pushing it.
Yeah, check out our content on Rumble too, bro.
I am. I'm gonna play it in the morning on my way to work, and
all right, brother.
Whenever I can throughout the day.
Yeah, thanks for your help and such.
Absolutely, man. Oh, Bendy Light. Bendy Light just popped in.
I'm gonna play that clip.
Who the fuck is that guy?
What's up, Bendy Light in the chat?
Oh, Heretic's here.
Pocket Pine. I ain't never seen that one before. That's actually pretty funny.
That's me sneaking in the room saying what up.
Oh, we're emerging.
APOC, dude. Didn't say what's up to the homies, bro. Fuck's
wrong. I know, I just did in side chat. I'll sneakily.
Oh, I seen that shit. What's up, people?
Who is Bendy Light? He's proud of his Bendy Light? I like the avatar.
What is it?
I got you.
Blow it up. Oh, yeah. It's a guy in a gas mask. It's Bendy Light from Jamaica, man.
Bendy Light's an old arch nemesis.
Is he really?
Yeah, he goes way back, sort of way back. Still lost, but oh well.
He's like a tumbleweed that just breezed into this town. Just looking at him. He just rolls
He just
by.
goes from town to town.
He just keeps going, just rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Does he talk, or is he just one of those workers?
No, he's one of those guys where he's just like talking to a brick wall.
Ah, yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, what a great intro. Great intro. Brick walls. We love those.
He's let me see if I have that meme. It's for people like him. Or that photo. Let me see, where is it at? The one where the cats are changing the tire. Let me find it. You have better luck teaching cats how to change tires than talk to that guy.
Herding cats? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Says Who guy said looking through the atmosphere at sea level is like looking through a brick wall.
Or herding cats with the fire extinguisher. Another good one.
The fire extinguisher. It's funny. Don't do that, by the way. We're not advocating for that.
I can't find the photo.
No cats were harmed in the herding of this server.
Yeah, not yet anyway. Except the cool cats. Like you.
And while you're at it, stop in your nearest market in the freezer section, pick you up a couple of bottles of Bendy Light. It should be next to the Bendy water.
Right.
The video that you posted, it's amazing. The guy, he goes to the flattest part on the earth to measure the curvature of the earth.
He's sticking a bicycle. Oh my god!
And it's like 100 miles next to the lake, which is flat all the way, and then he comes to the conclusion, oh, it's a globe. What a coincidence. All the measurements he does, it's like flat, and he has even a level tool using to make everything. It's amazing, that video. One of the funniest one.
The globe is a noble thing? What? You mean the classroom globe? How can a classroom globe be noble? What? Has personality traits? That's hilarious.
McToon, in one of his streams a month ago around, he brought out his globe and he said, this is a map. And he said, we can take it's scaled down to size, and we could take a measurement and it will equal over here on this side. And I was just like, this guy, dude, did he not read the bottom sticker where it says this isn't to be used for educational purposes?
They're gone. They're totally gone, man. Like, really. No one ever told them, don't go full Globetardia.
So there's no more contestants on the globe is wrong?
Hey, look at Phil Bellum just messaged me right now. Look what I'm gonna post it in the text chat. Just right now. He's listening to us, by the way.
That little snake in the grass.
Contestants on the globe is wrong. That's good.
Check this out. He says, I have proved that the sun rays are very far away and practically parallel. Too close to parallel to easily measure the difference from parallel. What the hell? Dude.
So is it parallel or almost parallel?
No, he can't make up his mind.
Parallel-ish, man.
Ish, yeah.
Parallel-ish. Okay. Got it.
I guess if you're cross-eyed, that's okay.
Yeah. Professor Phil's listening in, so.
Ain't it past your
Guys,
bedtime, Dandelion?
Gotta make your.
Well, it's a special occasion.
Huh? What?
What?
It's your birthday?
No, it's getting close though. Next month.
What's going on? Is there a party? Are we missing out?
The party's in here, isn't it, AV?
Uh-oh. All right, where's the dance music?
I don't know. I'll hum Saturday Night Fever for you.
I got a song.
I'm gonna put Lawrence Welk on the record player.
Tweak is heavy.
It's heavy. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
This is one of me and CB's favorites right here.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know you were a racist.
This one too, look.
Ooh, yeah. Ew, he obviously doesn't care about dogs or the environment. So many microplastics.
Oh wow.
What?
How many microplastics?
Actually, ew, my God.
Flip forward. Trillion got fired for being an ineffective globe-tard.
Where's Trillion?
Yeah, he's a YouTube chat skank.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
Never seen him in here before.
I haven't seen Rob Noxious for a while. Where's that guy been?
Would the end of that guy's name be Excuses?
Rob Noxious, he got slammed with the freaking 60-foot wave down in Antarctica in his kayak.
Dude, we ran that guy into the ground. We ran him into the ground with that argument. So much so that he said, I'm only doing it to just troll you guys. Like, he admitted. I was like, dude, I wrenched it out of him. Like, it was one morning that I think Helio had his stream on our, like, when we're having the conversation with him, but it got so bad that Helio was like, dude, I gotta go, man. Like, so he took the bot away from the room. And so we kept having the conversation with him, and like, it lasted like another like hour or so. It was like three of us. And I think, Sonny, were you there?
Yeah, I think I was here during one of those with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting a bunch of pictures of ships that were sailing around that part of the world, and the waves and stuff. Like the waves are like just over towering like any boat. Like,
yeah, I was there as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jin was there. No, Jin was there. Jin CBR1, bro.
Yeah.
We ran him into the ground until he.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, right? Like where you cry uncle, you know? That's what it was. Like he just couldn't.
Do you remember I said to him, how'd you go to the toilet?
Yeah.
That was the first thing I said.
Because he said a kayak, and then he changed it in the middle of like him saying it was just a kayak, and he went into like, no, I'm in a bigger boat.
Yeah.
He changed
a kayak boat. It turned out to be.
Yeah.
It morphed into a kayak boat.
It was a kayak boat, and then we're like, well, show us an instance where this has actually happened. And then he pulled out like, some instance where somebody was followed by a boat or some other thing.
Yeah, that's right. Accompanied. That's not solo, is it?
Yeah, which is what he said you can do. It's like,
yeah,
no,
he said
bro.
anyone can do it. Yeah, solo across from South America to Antarctica. Impossible. Those seas are dangerous. You couldn't do it. Frigid water. You're not making it, man. I like canoeing. I know you're not. And I've canoed in winter where the canal get frozen solid. Possible. Man's a madman. Didn't even think that.
Yeah, going through Drake's Passage? I don't think so.
Yeah, he didn't realise what he was saying, especially the toilet thing. You've got to go for a shit and a piss, and you've got to eat. You've got to take food in. So you've got to keep, because you're exerting a lot of muscular force, burning the calories, and it's winter. You want your body to be nice and warm. How are you going to maintain all that and keep the food going in as well? He's an idiot. Yeah, he got it wrong, man. He got it wrong.
That's the thing. You take these arguments to their conclusion, and you find out that it's impossible. Can't do what you're.
Yeah. He said the guy wore a diaper. Do you remember? He said the guy wore a diaper and you piss and shit in your diaper. Really?
Yeah, that was ridiculous, man. Like,
yeah. Come on.
I asked ChatGPT if the rays of the sun have ever been measured parallel. And it says, great question. The rays of the sun are assumed to be parallel.
What does that mean? We can ask Elderbear. He knows all things.
Truly parallel. They converge slightly from a wide source. And then cites Eratosthenes in a big circle.
Elderbear's here with his mostly level server.
How do you know the sun's rays are parallel? Eratosthenes. How do you know Eratosthenes is right? Because the sun's rays are parallel.
Yeah, no, I don't know everything at all. I wouldn't claim that. That would be.
Wait, I mean,
egotistical to claim I know everything. Sure.
You know that a flat screen is flat, though. That's what you said. You admitted that. Flat screen is flat. You said so.
I'm coming to. I'm wondering. I don't know what you. Is it possible that all this time that pi actually does equal 2, and that's been the con?
You're chopping
up, man. If you can measure 69 miles.
I can hear him, but you're better off not hearing. You're better off, baby, not hearing.
You're plugging it. No, I mean, I know what he was saying, but it's just like some of the things he said. You got a bad. I don't know where your internet is, dude, but it's just.
Yeah, I know we're in a third world. I don't know about you, but where I live, we're in a third world, and the internet is pretty shit.
But yeah, you agreed on that. You agreed on that flat screens are flat. And you're like, but my garden has hills.
You don't need to play that game, AB. You're bigger than that.
Yeah, but this isn't a game, though. This is your words, right? We're just examining.
It's a stupid.
We're examining your words, Elderbear. Why? Yeah, but why do we not want to talk about what you said? Like, that's important, right?
I'm looking because the truth is more important than the bullshit, man.
So it's bullshit what you said? Like, why would you say what you said is bullshit? I don't get it.
If you can
don't get it.
If you can measure 69 miles to 1 degree in reality, then that would mean that given the circumference of 24,901, then
is he breaking up, or is it just me?
Would have to be 2.
Non sequitur. It's another non sequitur nonsense coming out of his mouth.
No, don't listen to Gin. Is it possible that's what they've been hiding from us all this time? And that's what they set up in order to create.
Who cares, Elderbear? They're measuring it flat. They are measuring elevation angle flat.
That's what I'm saying. If you've measured it flat, yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
What is the circumference? What they are doing? What they are doing?
If it's measured flat, because we've got these numbers in reality, Sasha, and you have to make sense of them. It's no good you waffling down there. And you're supposed to take a knee because you're all lost.
What am I going to make sense of it? The circumference? I'm measuring flat. That's all is important for me. The rest I don't care.
Hold on. I think Elder's going senile, dude.
Sasha.
Elder, you're not talking to Sasha, bro. It's Migo Wigo.
Sasha, is it Migo Wigo? Sounds very much like Sasha.
No, he's not Sasha. He's not Sasha.
Yeah, well, listen, as I told you before, Migo Wigo. Listen, hang on. As I told you before, it's Wigo, not Migo Wigo, right?
Oh, God.
We don't, we have to all go, not one goes together. You know what I mean? One's no good. We've all got to go.
Yeah,
not
when we go,
we go. Yeah, when we go, we all go. All right?
Oh,
so if all these measurements can be made in reality, then something has to add up, doesn't it? And if you measure 69 miles per 1 degree, then something's good, and you've got these numbers.
Yeah, I'm going to let Gen TBR loose on you, man. You're not going to be able to recover.
I know. It's a repeat episode, AV. Can I complain? This is a repeat episode.
All right.
We want to change the channel.
Okay.
I want to change the channel.
Okay. Okay. You don't want any help? Good luck.
Yeah, no, man.
I'm going to help.
You're not a senile old man, bro. I mean,
Gene is not any help at all. Gene,
I'm going to help.
You're not helping at all,
Gene
mate.
talks
You're
nonsense,
not
I'm telling
helping.
Hold on, let me help you. Let me help him.
Panicking already, look. Already panicking. Wild-based claims.
He's trying to sell you. He's trying to sell you nonsense. He doesn't know what he's talking about, Gene.
I'm going to help
particularly with the pitch data.
I'm going to help
He doesn't know the pitch data stuff either.
If he stops fucking talking.
Who's this?
So I'm helping Elderbear. Elderbear, nautical mile, linear. That's a linear measurement.
Yeah, go on. 60
since we know the water, since we know the surface of water is horizontal, so whenever you're measuring nautical mile,
you're talking nonsense, Sonny.
Oh,
it's
really?
Not horizontal, Sonny.
No.
You know that.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
it's not
I do
horizontal.
Know it is horizontal. Yeah, it is.
All right.
Yeah, measurably
you go on.
so.
You carry on.
Yeah, measurably.
No, it's not measurably so. That's the trouble. You're talking nonsense. And that's where you get lost. If you don't follow the numbers that we have and make sense of them, you'll get nowhere. And you guys are talking...
What number?
Okay, tell us when a mile is... Tell us how a mile is curvilinear then.
Let's make the water horizontal, mate.
Why isn't it called curvilinear?
Doesn't make the water horizontal. As Miggy knows, he's changed the narrative. He's realised that mean sea level is a point on a vertical datum. Doesn't make the sea horizontal.
A vertical datum? Doesn't
make the mountain flat. It doesn't make the mountain flat.
No, we didn't say the mountains are flat.
You're still doing the fallacy of composition. Are you serious?
Yeah, all this time, Indio. Yeah.
Still? Fallacy of composition.
Miggy realizes,
dude,
the sea isn't horizontal, Indio.
Why? Because it has waves?
No, it's just...
well, obviously, the mountain isn't flat either.
Okay, can you define horizontal for us?
Does mean sea level make the mountain flat?
Albert, can you define horizontal for us? What is horizontal?
It's 2 points of equal elevation.
2 points of equal elevation.
Mean sea level will not make the mountain flat, will it?
Yeah, but that's a fallacy of composition.
No, it's not. It's what you guys talk about, because you say mean sea level, therefore
what is the fallacy of composition, Elderbear?
I don't know what that rhetoric means.
I've told you. That's weird, because I've told you.
No, you haven't. You've never told me. Don't
it's a fallacy to think what's true of the parts is also true of the whole.
Okay, well, we're not talking about the whole, because
you are.
We've only got the parts.
The Earth as a whole is horizontal, but there's sections which are not.
No. But you have no idea.
Yeah, and I just told you why fallacy doesn't defy logic, bro.
That's why you've got people talking nonsense. Because they listen to you.
You're just saying it's nonsense.
And Oakley, who gives them sound bites with no.
Who cares about Nathan Oakley, dude? Why are you on his dick?
You do. You do. Okay.
When is the last time you heard me mention Nathan Oakley's name?
Doesn't matter. You do the same thing.
Doesn't matter, but I do.
It's an illusion for the people.
I don't
You
talk to
tell
Nathan
people
Oakley. I don't talk about Nathan
you
Oakley
don't give
other
them any
than
substance. And that's
the
why
refraction
Sasha
height,
has to
the
take a knee,
booming
because
or
to keep the
hyena.
soldiers,
Maybe you
Sasha's
can
not
tell us
even
what
in
is
here,
the
the
bro.
mean sea
soldiers
level
on
then.
the street,
Maybe you can tell us what is the
the
mean sea
soldiers
level
on the
then.
Soldiers.
street don't know what you're talking about.
Who
He's
cares?
senile,
So
man.
tell us what is the mean sea level
I
then. What
think.
what
Dude,
what
you're
that mean?
talking and you don't even know what you're talking about. Your own words. You already said
Really?
your own words aren't even truth. You said, don't not talk about my words. We want to talk about the truth. That implies that what you were saying isn't the
If
truth.
you have a radio,
Yeah, okay, yeah, ignore that. I would too.
yes, right. All right. If it's all horizontal, measured flat, 69 miles per 1 degree. Between the
Why is
North
the word
Pole and the
horizontal in
equator, there's
horizon?
90
Or
times.
horizon and
Hang on,
horizontal?
there's 90 times 69, isn't there, Indio? 90
What?
times
I
69.
don't
Indio.
agree that there's
Flat
a
Earth
1
miles. No,
degree.
you told
Listen, I
everybody it
don't
was flat
agree
Earth
with you.
miles, Indio.
But I don't agree with you because there's no
Oh,
evidence
well.
for it. That's why I don't agree with you.
But I've been telling him.
So the
Well, it can be
69
done in
miles per
reality,
degree,
can't it?
you're more than welcome to post the evidence that's true in the chat. Post it.
It's in the server. It's in the flat Earth server.
Measurements.
Flat Earth Discord home server.
Measurements, right, Elder Bear? Okay, hold on, AB.
It can be done
Okay,
in
so I'm going to ask you.
reality.
So, hey, I'm going to ask you, what device were those measurements taken with?
I don't know who did it, but you can do it in reality.
I said device.
When
I
they
didn't
made
say
the
who
map.
did it. I said what device were they taken with?
Listen.
What a Barclays banker.
No.
Barclays banker, this guy.
Okay, you're saying 69 miles per degree. What did we measure that with, brother?
Well, when the land was mapped originally, all right, then it was
What
done
device
to
did they do
scale.
that with?
They did it by triangulation.
That's not an
That's
instrument.
not a device.
Well, back in London, originally they first constructed some really straight, long glass tubes, and they put them on trestles, as horizontal, as straight as they could possibly engineer and be. And that's how they started there, and they triangulated off of that. And then they used
You said
chains.
horizontal was equal elevation.
Right?
How can a tube be horizontal?
Well, because they made it horizontal all the way along, from one end to the other.
The
That's what
tube
horizontal
or
is,
the
isn't it?
ground?
Straight line between the 2 points is horizontal, isn't it?
No, you said that horizontal was equal elevation.
It's not 2 points at equal elevation.
Yeah. And I'm like, but now you're ascribing the 2
And the
points
line
of equal
between them
elevation,
is
which
straight and
ostensibly would be.
horizontal. Yeah, but let's tell everybody that Elder Bear's talking shit. The straight line between those
You're
2
proving it
points is
yourself. I'm
horizontal.
letting you talk. That's the
Well, that's
problem.
what the
And you don't
glass
understand it.
tubes
You're just like
represent.
digging a hole.
Hang on. That's what the glass tubes represented, or the
Okay.
rods. And then they use chains, long chains.
I'm well aware of the techniques.
That's okay. So why are you asking me then? That's how they measured the land.
Okay, that's fantastic. Now,
Yes,
how
and
did they
then they put the
measure?
elevation changes in after that, which proved it isn't flat. So we got
Okay.
to that bit.
No, they didn't.
And then it was discovered that by measuring an angle to a light in the sky, Polaris, for instance, well, specifically Polaris, that if you moved away 1 degree, you travel 69 miles along the ground.
Okay, that's a cool
You move
story.
another degree,
Who
you
measured
travel
the
another
distance
69
and
miles.
with what
Now,
inch?
if you take a map, Indio,
Okay,
Indio,
you
if you
gave
take a map,
because I'm
scale
asking a
map,
question. No, because this
scale
is the crux. You're muted because you're going to answer my question. Who measured the 69 miles per degree? Who did the degree? Who did the angle measurement and then corresponded that to moving 69 miles? What device?
well, you need an angle measuring device to measure the angle to the light in the sky.
Cool. Okay, who measured the distance?
I don't know his name.
Okay,
Don't know.
how did they measure the
There, it's on
distance
the map.
between 2 points, brother?
Well, because it
measure the
correlates.
elevation?
We want the distance measurement
Shut up,
between the
Sasha.
2 angle measurements.
Yeah, on the ground. That's what it's like Earth
That's what I've been
Yeah,
asking.
how did they measure that?
Who? The Flat Earthers?
Oh my
anybody?
god!
No, I think they presumed it. Nobody's measured it. Have you measured it, Indio?
Nobody's measured it.
Okay, nobody's
Has
measured it.
anybody measured it? No, has
Not
anybody
to
here
my
measured
knowledge,
it
because I've been asking you guys for 8 years, and no one can come up with any fucking device or technique or who did it.
Yeah, but
you guys just claim it.
It can be done in reality.
Okay, how do you know
It
that?
can be done in reality.
Have you? Okay, what was the result when they did it?
Well, if you listen, you get a map, you put a point on it, you measure.
No,
it,
we don't want the map. We want the real world. We want the
And
real
then
world.
You get your scale. They try it. Well, that's what
We
people
want
should
the
do.
real
Maybe people
world.
should
We don't
do
want to
it.
measure
See if it's
maps.
true, India.
Look, I
You
can't
trying to
measure.
become some
Look,
fucking
bro.
legend.
What you're saying is a
or
non
icon that
sequitur,
tells
Elder Bear.
everybody bullshit, and they repeat.
Okay,
stuff they
what
don't
you're
even
saying
know
is a
knowledge
non
about.
sequitur. Okay, I can measure the distance on the map, but I can't measure the angle on the map, can I? So I can only measure the angle and the
No.
distance in real life on the surface of the Earth. So who measured the surface distance?
You could do it.
Nah.
Okay, if I did, what would my result be?
Well, you'll find out, won't you? You can verify whether that's true or not, and then you can stop shouting.
Why
at
do
me
I have
about
to find out?
I'm not
It's
the
your
guy.
idea.
I don't run the world.
No
You're
shit,
the guy who's
dude.
been really hanging about as
You
a
barely
fucking
run your
legend for
fucking
how many
microphone.
odd years, telling everybody what they should say, and they have no substance to back it up because you don't either.
That's
no
not going
observable
on.
data.
That's not going on here, man. You're just
Same
coming
as you,
in with
AV, standing at the top there, waffling like some fucking street preacher.
Oh,
and all these people. That's what they said to Oakley.
You got in your fifis,
That's what
dude.
they said
Like,
to
relax.
Oakley, and that's why Oakley can't be here because he
Oakley
doesn't have observable data.
Oh, no.
He can't have him around.
You're obsessed with that, dude.
Yeah.
Are you like a guilty lover?
You're
or
the same,
something?
Indio. You're exactly the same, Indio.
Elder
You're a
Bear.
shadowcaster, Indio. Yeah.
You're
Wait, I
pooping
don't
your
even know what that
diapers.
means.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you're telling everybody else to repeat.
And,
He's
and
off
you
his
doing it,
meds.
train wreck.
I
What a
am
train
never,
wreck.
ever. First of all, no one's capable of repeating what comes out of my mouth. Okay? First of all, they aren't even capable
No, I
of
know.
it. So I would never tell anybody to actually do that. You're talking out your ass.
Yeah, you
Hey.
said the other day you cannot get latitude or longitude except from the sky.
Yep, that's 100% correct.
Where do you get those measurements from of latitude? Yeah, so where do you get your measurements for latitude then? How do you get them?
The sky.
So on the ground so you can navigate. How do you
No.
how do you transpose those onto the ground to use it for navigation?
Okay.
The distance.
You're under.
How do you do that?
Are you going to
Who
let me answer
measured
the
the-
question, or
who
are you going
measured
to
the
answer it for me?
distances?
Are you going to answer it for me?
You haven't answered.
Are you because
could
you
ask
keep
me
answering it
how
for me?
it's
I'm
done.
asking you to shut up so I can answer it, or are you going to keep answering it for me? Okay, so you're going to shut up and answer, and I'm going to be allowed to answer it. So, the elevation angle is you determine where the celestial equator is, not Polaris, celestial equator. Now, there's particular constellations which compose the celestial equator, and you measure the elevation angle from the horizon to that. Okay, that determines your latitude. That measurement, wherever it is, that's what you call your latitude. 45 degrees in the sky, you're at 45 latitude.
Yep.
Okay.
About 46.
What's confused about? But if the sky, there is no sky, how do I find my latitude?
Well, that's exactly exactly. That's what
Whoops.
you said.
Okay,
So
so
how do you- now you
let's
have-
use only
hang on,
terrestrial.
hang on,
Let's
now you have-
only use terrestrial objects. How do I find my latitude and longitude? Using nothing about the sky.
That's not the point. Of the
I
question,
said
India.
latitude and longitude are in the sky. That's true because without the sky,
Yeah,
you can't
I
find those
agreed.
things.
I agreed. Yeah, I agreed.
Now you're agreeing. Okay, Zanuck.
Now you have.
You gonna make
hang
my
on.
argument now?
Now you have
He's going to
45.
use your argument against you.
Now you have 45 degrees latitude. Okay. Now when you use that for navigation, there are distances between these latitudes.
Are there? Yeah, there's a distance.
But how are you going to travel if you don't know the distance?
Because
How are you going to navigate?
Because you're
if you
not
don't know the
traveling.
distance?
Because the distance, like say on the ocean, is irrelevant. Because you're not traveling a land distance.
you can do it
you're
anywhere,
shut
on
up.
the ground.
Shut up. Shut up, dude. Let me finish.
Why should I shut up?
Because
I'm
you're going to let
asking
me
you, how do
finish.
you get the
Because you asked
distance
me a
between the
question.
latitudes?
Because you asked me a question. They don't know the distance. They only know the angle. They're traveling in a fluid. The direction they're pointing, that's not the direction they're going. That's their heading.
Yeah, where's the
But they have a
angle
course.
calculator on my car?
Shut up. They have a course.
Where's
Which is
the angle
direction.
calculator on my
Shut
car?
up. Shut up. They have a heading.
Somebody's measured the distance. Somebody's
Who?
measured the distance on the
Who?
ground, haven't they?
Who?
For us to be able to know how far we've gone.
Who?
I don't know who it was. You don't either,
you
but
just know-
somebody has.
How do you know
And
that?
there is a distance that our car
do you know
will
that?
measure, that we can
There
measure
is
from
no
a
measured
scale
distance,
map.
Elder Bear. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There is a calculation based upon a presumed radius from the angle change of the celestial sphere. Period. That's the truth.
Exactly. So pi could be 2 then.
What?
We know distances, bro. I order shit from China all the time.
Bro, am I drinking right now?
It gets to me.
Yeah. How do the ships navigate without a distance?
Because they navigate by
calculate
angle.
how
They
far
don't
it
need
is,
to know the
how much
distance. They're
fuel
trying
they
to
need,
get.
so they
Look, they're
get lost.
trying to get to. Yes, and you asked the question. This is like the 9th time you've done it and asked the question, and you answered it for me. Stop doing that. Okay? They don't need the distance.
You haven't answered.
They don't need the
They do,
distance to
Gene.
get between
They
the
do
2 points.
6,000
All they
miles on
need is the
plane.
angle.
What's that? What's a mile? No, what's a mile? Oh.
It's 5,280 feet. It's a unit of measure.
Yeah, I know. Well, where did that unit of measure come from if it doesn't
Who
exist?
fucking
It's only an
cares?
angle. When we have to measure it along the ground,
That's
we measure
right.
it along the ground. We don't measure angles on the ground when we're traveling around. All the ships, all the planes.
So I want to go. I want to go to New York to California. I want to go New York to California.
how
Can I
far's
get
that?
there without knowing the distance?
13 degrees it is.
Okay, can I get there without knowing the
That's what you
distance?
Please.
New York to California. Can I
Exactly.
get there
So
without
who-
knowing the
who-
distance?
Okay, so how did you relate the stars to a distance? Son?
Can I? I didn't. You did.
How did you relate your angle to the distance?
I didn't. You did.
Well, where
Can
do
I
you get the
answer his
miles from to
miles
measure
question?
it?
I
then?
don't need to get the miles.
Oh, really?
Why would I need that?
Oh, so it's 14 miles between those
Okay,
two cities. then.
look,
That'll
dude.
do.
Okay,
Just say it's 14.
if I know that there's a star over a certain place at a certain time, and that place is Los Angeles, I can leave New York, and as long as I time it right, as long as I'm under that star at that time, I know I'll be in Los Angeles. I don't
Sasha,
need to know the distance.
Amigo Wego. When you travel around, do you measure an angle to get from?
Okay, you're done, dude.
You said before you
He's not his own
measure.
shit, dude.
Don't
He's in his
unmute him,
own
bro.
fucking narrative
You don't have
nonsense.
to mute him for a breath break. Unmute him. Take a breath. Let's keep this going.
Oh, shut up,
Before he
dude.
said he measured the elevation. From where he measured the elevation? From where?
He just sidestepped what
never-
you said, Indio, just so you can.
Everything I said. Do you
Yeah,
see
you
how
just
fast
sidestepped.
he got off the freaking course heading of a fucking boat and measuring the distance in a fluid, which is just a fucking ridiculous idea. How would you measure a distance in a fluid?
Can't. And they know that. That's why you can't do the measurement in practical reality. So when you're outside, there's
You
no
could
way to
literally be anchored in a fucking current, right? And look at your fucking distance measurement and you traveled 100 miles.
That trips
But you
him
didn't
up
go
every
anywhere.
time.
AB, repeat after me or you're banned.
Oh, shit.
Elder Bear's a chump.
He always has been. I think he's a little senile, you ask me, man. In his
I
old
don't think
age.
he's that old, dude.
Oh, it sounds like it. I would put him like at least above late 50s. If he's younger than that, I'd be surprised.
Elder Bear, what you need to be asking yourself is this. How come I've been asking for substantiation of the claim of 69 miles per degree for 8 years. And I've asked probably at least 500 people, and not a single person has ever produced. Not a single person, including you.
He'll just easily sidestep what you're asking him because it hasn't been done, and he knows it. So every time we unmute him and ask him, he sidesteps to going back to the claim again. Like he doesn't stop. He just barrels through and asks his claim again over and over, his question over and over again.
Yeah, give me my sacred cow that I can't prove, and then answer my question, or the Earth is not flat.
Yep.
That shit ain't never gonna work, Elderberry. You're gonna need to do better than that. You're not clever enough to trick us. So you're gonna need something substantial, meaning of substance, not a bunch of verbal diarrhea.
They got
when I say
T-shirts all
substance,
over there
I
on their
mean
server.
the required measurement, the apparatus that it was done with, the quantified result, and hopefully some replications.
They got T-shirts over there in their server saying that they're logical. Seriously,
I know, man.
They're logical,
thing,
server.
Bro.
Maybe every time he comes through, he doesn't. Yeah, doesn't know what he's talking about.
Elderberry, I'm considering muting you. Should I? Should we just?
So
he has another problem. He keeps saying measuring elevation, mountains and valleys or whatever, but they are measuring from flat horizontal level, right? And he keeps saying the Earth is not flat. So how they are measuring then? From horizontal level.
It's flat, bro.
Is the horizon horizontal? Should we ask him if the horizon's horizontal?
Sure. Ask.
Okay.
He'll answer you. I mean, at least once.
I mean,
twice.
that's almost good playing into his game, though. That's kind of getting off the freaking point.
And Dandelion's been wanting to change his channel for quite some time.
Well, it got a little better. At least it was a new episode. Yeah.
Oh,
you haven't seen this one yet, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good one. I can tell this one's live.
you guys find any curved water yet?
Yeah, it's in Elderbear's garden.
That's the only place it exists, though?
Yeah. I mean...
What the hell?
Right, Elderbear? Because your garden has hills, therefore the earth is not flat. Which is like what I was telling him. I was like, give me an instance of something that's flat that you can, for sure. It's like, flat TV screen. That's flat. I was like, oh, that's it. That's funny. Because when you zoom in on that flat TV screen, you see bumps and little ridges and it doesn't look flat. Just like your garden, when you're all the way down to where your garden is. But if you were to get up high in altitude, you could see the earth looking like a horizontal plane. Just like the flat screen TV. But when you go all the way down to the ground, just like zooming in on the flat TV screen, you see that it doesn't look flat when you're all the way up close. Funny how that works. I got Professor Phil DMing me again. Like, what the hell?
I'm not gonna lie, like, I stopped trying. I mean, it's been what?
So in all
Coming
these
up on
years,
10
Indio, you've done nothing to verify anything? You haven't gone out
Ah.
yourself to try and measure it and
Yeah, well, that's the
verify
point, dude.
whether these facts are given are true? None of you have done that? None of you have done that?
You're the one. You're the
You
one
just
that
put it
comes with
on
your
the server.
with your
You put
great
it-
argument.
Hang on. You put it on your server.
Yeah, this is your
You
great
put it on your
argument,
server,
isn't it?
These measurements.
You ain't seen
haven't.
nothing yet.
69 degrees
Oh,
to 1.
you ain't seen nothing
69
yet.
miles
That's what
to
you were
1
singing
degree.
the other day, Elderbear. You were singing that the
You
other
haven't.
day.
On your server.
You were
On
singing
your
that the other day,
server.
bro.
The home
You ain't seen nothing yet.
server.
Remember that?
On the home
Yeah,
server.
that was great. Is he going to sing it again? We still haven't
Yeah.
seen it, Elderbear.
He did.
I've been waiting.
Yeah.
Have you seen
You still ain't seen nothing yet, and then still, dude, you have not provided any
keep
evidence.
your money in your pocket. Don't give your money to
Biggie.
these
It's
misogynists.
advertising.
Look
You
at
guys gotta go. You gotta go on the Lake Pontchartrain, bro.
Nah, see this guy.
Yeah.
Look at
This
that.
guy has it. Listen, this
If
guy
you
has
go
an
to-
argument.
the
He
flat
has an
Earth
argument,
server,
and he
the
doesn't
home
know how to
server,
provide
you go to their
evidence for his
resources,
argument.
it will tell you
And
69 miles per 1
they're
degree.
the most logical server that you
I
can
got
be a
it from
part of.
you,
Goddamn
Mickey.
fucking 60
I got it from the
Right,
flat
Elder Bear?
Earth server, Mickey.
You got T-shirts? Are you wearing proudly that you're the most logical server? Right, Elder
Yeah,
Bear?
from the resources, 69 miles per 1 degree. That's what it
Yeah,
says
you
there.
haven't. No one's measured that, dude, and you know
In the
it.
server.
Who pays this guy?
So why have you got it then?
We're
This
back
is
to
my
the
argument.
rerun.
My
We're back to
argument.
the rerun, Elder Bear.
Hang on. Shut up.
Jay, what's your budget, bro?
My
Are you getting
argument is
33?
for those people who say it. Listen.
You ain't
If
seen
you didn't
nothing
say
yet.
it, it's fine. But my argument is pointed towards those who do say it.
Yeah. So
That's
then,
in
what
your
does that
server,
mean?
69 miles to 1 degree.
So then, what does that mean? That you don't have
Well,
evidence of anybody ever doing it?
Well,
Is that right?
it means there's a choice. There's a choice. If you have 69 miles per 1 degree and it's flat, and you have 90 of those 1 degrees between the North Pole and the equator, you have a radius of 6,210 miles.
Dude,
And then if
who's
it's given this
claiming that?
24,901 miles,
Okay.
then the maths
Who's
doesn't
claiming
work.
that?
Okay. The people who say it.
And
if it's
who
on
are
your
they?
server,
Is it
is
the boogeyman, the tooth fairy? Like, who are they?
Jedi. Ask Jedi.
Oh yeah, he's
Jedi
claiming that
posted
the
it.
has a radius, bro.
A link to Nathan Oakley.
Yeah,
a link to 10th Man.
Everybody's saying the Earth
author,
has
the
a
Viking
radius and a
24/7
circumference, yeah?
Gold Plus member.
Yeah.
Please stop saying Nathan Oakley.
You can disavow yourself of your own server and the information
Really?
that's there. It's up to you.
Hey, find us some
really.
Find us some curved water, bro.
All right.
Find us some curved water. Curved water, bro.
Who say the Earth is measured flat with an angle to Polaris that derives 69 flat
you got
Earth
nothing
elevation
else-
angle miles.
You guys a bitch,
swear,
bro.
The argument is for them.
Okay,
You have
so
a
then
choice.
nobody here. So
You've
then
either got
nobody
the
here.
radius of
So why are you talking about
6,210.
the arguments for
You've got
them
the
and no one's here
circumference of
that's saying that? Dude,
24,901.
you don't make no sense, bro.
Now, if it's
You make
correct
no
that it's
sense.
69 miles
Is he
per
talking
1 degree,
kilometers?
then 6,000, no, miles, then
Well,
the
then they're way
value for
off.
pi on flat Earth must be 2.
What are you smoking, bro?
It's not my fault.
He's
It's not my
gotta have
fault.
some curved water. Bro. You got curved water, bro? You got curved water? Yo, you got it?
You see, you're another one.
Yeah.
You're another one of the lost people. You know, you just repeat what these big guys are saying, and you'll be fine. But you've got numbers.
water?
People are giving out numbers.
Anyone?
Flat Earthers are giving out numbers. Now you're claiming nobody said it, but it's on your server. People have said it here. Oakley says it. QE says it. Adam Meekins.
They're not here. You're the only one shouting out numbers.
Yeah.
Well, they
That's
are.
what I
Hang
have
on.
been- that's what I have been telling
10th
them.
Man. These people. Why are these people promoted on your server as
Dude, are they here?
69 degrees equal
God
69
damn.
miles to 1
Tell
degree
you who it is.
on the
nigga.
server, the Flat Earth server.
Yeah, I know.
I know you
Those
say it's not
goddamn
you. I
flat
know you guys say
earthers.
it's not you, and you're running from it. I know you're running from it, but this argument is at the people who say that.
Well, then
It's not
go
you. You
talk
don't
to
have to worry
them.
about it. The
Yeah, go
argument's
talk to
the argument.
You get them on
okay?
the horn and complain to them like you're doing now. Yeah.
Yeah, we need curved water
Nobody
right
in
now,
here.
dude.
Listen, there's nobody in this room who is on the maybe Jin. Maybe Jin's the only one on the Flurf wiki page, which is very interesting.
Oh God, dude.
Bro.
But you're also seeing significant. You're not even on the Flurf wiki page.
Who's got a mute button, bro?
I would say that was just.
Nigga, you got a mute?
My goal.
Can you mute this
Elder Bear,
motherfucker?
yeah, he's got me. That's my goal in
Mute this
life.
bitch.
Yeah, maybe one day.
I didn't even get on the like fucking in 2 years. Like, goddamn, fucking mute that motherfucker right now, please. 'Cause I want to say hi to Maggie. I want to say hi to
what's up?
Everybody.
What's up, Julia?
I'm listening. I'm always in here. I'm always listening. Mary, mom. Yeah, can't forget. But like, you guys did mute him, right?
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Baby.
You ain't seen nothing yet. And he was so happy when he was singing that song.
He was. That was
Thank
really
God.
him at his best. That was really him at his
You
best.
guys-
Really, he should just come in and sing the song and not be
Yeah.
unmuted
Yeah.
unless he's going to sing it. Yeah, yeah.
Hey guys,
I bet you don't
I don't even know. Is that Jen? Jen?
Jen TBR.
Jen?
Yep.
Oh,
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Jen, you
You
never
better
back it
believe it,
down.
baby. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
You
I
guys
promise
find that
you
curved
won't
water?
forget.
Anybody find me curved water? Anybody?
There's no cover water.
Yeah, we got Bendy Light, but no Bendy Water tonight.
You know, it's like like April 16th, 2016, yeah. So like next April. But it took me a minute, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was rejected. I was never a big space guy, but goddamn, shit fucking threw me. You know. Now here we are, 2025. Am I still here? Are you guys gone? Did I leave?
No, we're here. We hear you. We're celebrating.
Okay.
You were a space guy. You were a space guy, and you've thrown that out the window where it belongs.
Yeah, space cowboy.
Congratulations.
Party's a gangster of love.
I got some legal issues.
Some people call you Maurice.
That's good. That's that guy. I don't know the album.
blew
Like
your
the horse, the
gaskets
blue.
in the cupola.
Listen, man. What happens when you have a leak? Oh, I don't know. You know.
It's called real engineering.
Hey,
whatever. I mean,
Test.
These gaskets
Yo, I got
don't go bad, bro.
Well, then you have a
Yeah, hold on, guys. Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
can
on.
we stop this dumb fuckery? So, Daza and Bendy Light, if geodetic surveyors measure a sphere, what is the reference ellipsoid for?
What is it for?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Why would they need
So
it if
when
they
you measure
just
your
measured?
position
Hold
locally,
on.
you have
Why would they
something to
need it
refer
if
to,
they?
right?
Hold on. Why would they need it if they just measured the sphere? Why wouldn't they just use their measurements?
So the purpose of geodesy is to determine the dimensions of the Earth, but also to determine local variation. So you have the reference spheroid as like a baseline, right? That everything.
Well, I
is
thought the
relative.
measurements. But what about the measurements? But they're measuring the sphere. Remember?
Yeah, that's they're measuring the dimensions of parts of the surface of the sphere. Yeah.
Yeah, but what do they need the reference ellipsoid for? They're just measuring the sphere. That's all they need. They don't need a reference ellipsoid.
Well, you've got
It's
to
like
be
adding
able
an
to
extra
describe
step
the
for no
sphere
reason,
in
right?
some way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that adding an extra step for no reason?
Well, say what are you going to refer your heights to? If you want to talk about elevation, how would you talk about elevation without some reference, right?
Well, that's not the reference ellipsoid. That's the geoid. So
yeah, but it's part
we want
of
the
the reference
WGS
system,
84 reference ellipsoid. Why are they using that?
Well, they use that in GPS as their reference ellipsoid.
Okay, that doesn't answer my question. Why are they using that?
You need some kind of reference.
For why? They're measuring it. What's the reference?
Okay, so how would you describe the curvature of the Earth if you just measured a few points?
No, they're measuring lots of points. They did a survey across North America. Twice.
Yeah. So one of the outcomes of that survey is the reference ellipsoid. You get to develop an ellipsoid that will describe the curvature of the overall.
So did they measure that? Did they measure that reference? Did they hold on? Did they measure that then? So they did measure the curve, and then they created the reference ellipsoid from the curve they measured.
Yeah. So in the case of that kind of leveling, they do geodetic leveling, right? And which gives you the geoid effectively. And
no.
You're leveling.
You don't know the difference between the reference ellipsoid and the geoid, do you?
The geoid's a gravitational potential thing.
Oh, okay, so
level.
That's not the level. No.
If you follow a leveling process, you'll end up with the geoid rather than the.
No, you end up with a potato.
Or it's fucking retarded.
You end up with a potato, according to NASA. It's a potato.
Yeah, so I'm not an expert on geodesic surveying, but the spheroid is necessary to refer to as a baseline, so you can compare relative heights.
Okay. Every geodetic surveying practice uses something called a reference ellipsoid, and the purpose of it is because they don't measure a sphere. They assume a sphere and map measurements onto said sphere.
Yeah, so they all
This is
join
done,
together properly, right?
and this is done at the first part. They take a measurement and they do something called reduction of the horizontal direction, where they change the azimuth to the reference to what the azimuth would be if they were on a reference ellipsoid, and project that new direction onto the sphere, right?
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
this is admitted in the documents themselves. This isn't shit I made up. It's what they say. You two clowns need to stop saying they measure curvature, because they don't. They create curvature by calculation. They're not measuring it.
Oh, it's by calculation, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not measured. Cool.
Yeah, because if you don't allow for that
So
curvature...
tell D-Light to just shut the fuck up, because he don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, and like I said, Indy, I'm not an expert on geodesy. If you want to quiz me about GPS, I'll
It is
do that.
literally, when I got into this topic, it's the very first thing I looked at. Okay? The very first thing. I didn't look at flat earth videos. I looked at globe earth videos.
Yeah, but like I said, geodesy is not my thing. Something I can't go out and practice.
I don't have to take my complaint to geodetic surveyors, because they don't, Bendy Light, they don't claim what you're claiming. Only anti-flat earthers on the internet claim they measure a sphere. Dude, within the field, they say they don't even measure the surface of the earth, that they're only measuring the direction of gravity.
Yeah, so Daza posted earlier.
So you say that one more time, that I'm claiming they're doing it wrong. You're straw manning. Stop, Daza. I'm not talking to you, Daza. I'm talking to Bendy Light.
Is he on the call? Sorry.
Bendy Light's out of here, because you're straw manning the geodetic surveyor's position. Their position is not your position.
Hey, that's
They're doing it right for what they want to do. They want to create a sphere out of a bunch of mappings. So they take in a reference ellipsoid and they map their measurements to it. If they wanted the Earth to be a turtle, they would create a freaking wireframe turtle and map their measurements to it.
Okay.
They're not doing it wrong. They're doing it right for the purpose. But they don't claim that they're measuring a sphere. Period.
What would happen if they
shut up, Bendy Light, dude? You're just a fucking troll.
If they had the turtle as a datum, right, then all their elevations would be different, right?
Wouldn't be a
datum. Each of those reductions onto the turtle would be quite different to the reduction onto
the sphere.
They're
not using... Bro, stop, okay?
He was just exaggerating the point, man.
Yeah. If you brought up the turtle, I can use the turtle, right?
No,
yeah,
dude.
but stop. But listen, you don't understand how it works, which you already admitted. But you're saying that the turtle would be the datum. The turtle's not the datum.
Why couldn't you have a turtle, a reference turtle, instead of an ellipsoid?
Okay, so what you would do is that you would create curvature of the plumb line, right? Which is what they do.
Don't create curvature of the plumb line. The plumb line hangs naturally.
No, they create curvature of the plumb line in geodetic surveying. The plumb lines are curved.
They don't create curvature. Nature
plumb lines are curved in geodetic surveying. Plumb lines are curved in geodetic surveying.
Oh, you mean the actual? If you follow the plumb down, there would be some deviation potentially.
He just argued against.
Plumb lines are curved in geodetic surveying. They publish papers in articles that say curvature of the plumb line.
Yeah, because the gravitational field is not perpendicular to horizontal.
No, they curve the plumb line because the plumb line has to intersect the reference ellipsoid at a 90-degree angle.
And the geoid at a 90-degree angle.
No, the reference ellipsoid has to be met at a 90-degree angle.
No, the geoid's a gravitational potential. That's always at right
angles. Okay, I'm going to post a graphic. You're wrong. You should have just left it at, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm pretty sure the geoid, which is the gravitational potential one, always has to be at right angles to plumb.
No. The geoid can be any fucking direction. The geoid can be a lumpy potato. But where that line is, that's perpendicular to the geoid, it has to curve to intersect the reference ellipsoid at a 90-degree angle. Otherwise, you couldn't preserve distance.
Were you going to post that diagram?
Yeah, right now. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I have a whole smattering of them.
That one's always good for this conversation.
You guys always deny, because you have to, because of the ridiculousness of it, that they're doing this.
Their own paradigm paints them in a corner when it comes to this argument. That's what I find curious. Yeah, look at that.
There it is, right there.
Whoop. There it is, Daza.
See that 90 degree, the little square that denotes 90 degrees? That's at the ellipsoid.
It's also at 90 degrees to the geoid, though.
Yeah, watch. I'm going to post more, man. Doesn't need to be. They just happen to do it there.
Yeah.
There's lots of graphics of the curvature of the plumb line.
Yeah, the plumb lines aren't necessarily straight, right? They're straight. If you treat them as straight, you're going to have small errors in your measurement, depending on the topography and the geodesic, the geoid properties.
You weren't saying that earlier.
Wasn't saying what earlier?
You weren't saying that earlier. Now that he's showing you the diagram, you change your argument. You're doing it on the fly.
I've always said that plumb line. Well, when I was first talking plumb, I was thinking a plumb bob. They're always straight, but the plumb line, yes, does deviate with the geoid.
Well, what do you think the plumb bob is pointing towards, bro? You're confused.
Yeah, so in that, the plumb line is always perpendicular to the geoid, right? In that second image you've just posted. It's also perpendicular to the reference ellipsoid, so that's interesting. I didn't think that was necessarily a requirement.
Is this new information? We've been doing this for years, dude.
Are they parallel? Is the geoid parallel to the reference ellipsoid?
No.
Okay, then.
Okay. Thank you for your concession.
So they're square, intersecting at 90 degrees at the geoid and the ellipsoid, but they're not parallel. Then the plumb line has to curve. But it always has to meet the ellipsoid at 90 degrees. Because if I took a bunch of measurements on the surface of the Earth, on the surface of this, like this little hill, right? Say I take a measurement over here, the plumb line has a different tilt. So that different tilt, if you draw this straight line through, it would intersect the ellipsoid at an angle, and it would point to not the center of the Earth, right? So we're trying to get the plumb line to point to the center of the Earth by curving the plumb line. Well, not the center of the Earth, the center of the reference ellipsoid.
Is a curved plumb line something that is plumb?
It's only very slightly curved, a few arc seconds or something like that. It's only when you're trying to measure the shape of the Earth that you would notice it.
Really?
No, it's not a few arc seconds measured on the Earth that's different, right? What is the difference is noted in the astrogeodetic versus the geodetic survey. It's that difference that they've jumped to. The plumb line's curved because they're trying to meet.
You can't tell it's curved when unless you compare it to something on the outside as a reference.
You think there's actually a curved plumb line? You think if you drop something, it would follow this path, this curved path?
It would actually. That's my understanding of what
it would actually. So things don't fall straight down anymore now.
No, things follow the gravitational potential field.
They fall in curved lines?
It's almost straight, right? It's for all practical purposes, it's a straight line. That this is a highly exaggerated curve.
Now here's a weasel. Yeah, you got your lawyer hat on.
So AV, when things fall, they follow the acceleration due to gravity, right? And that acceleration due to gravity is the plumb line. That is the path.
The acceleration due to gravity? The acceleration is gravity, dude.
If you want to talk at it as a, I'm talking in a Newtonian sense here, right?
I don't know what sense you're talking about it. When you drop something,
when has this ever been proven to you, Daza?
No shit. Think of all the things you've said, Daza, since in the last 10 minutes. Just think of all the things you've said in the last 10 minutes for which you have no empirical evidence for.
Yeah. You can't prove this?
You guys didn't realize you get bamboozled.
If you want to talk GPS, I'll do that, but geodesy is not my thing.
So no, he's opting out of the conversation because he ran into a brick wall, which is like, I don't know how to argue this. You know, this is not anything demonstrated in reality. Nobody's ever done this. Seen that.
What?
Yeah, drop it a
through the
rock
earth?
and watch it go in a curved path to the ground.
Oh no, yeah. Although those gravitometer things that they use in navigation or in geodetic analysis, they are sensitive enough to notice things don't fall straight down.
Oh my god!
Well, rest in peace, reciprocal zenith angles.
Yeah. That's funny. You guys are all twisted up, man. I think your paradigm is done.
We watch you guys just try to make the globe unfalsifiable. It's hilarious, quite honestly. Because this dude, Bendy Light, he would say, geodetic servers measure curvature. And make the same arguments with you about curvature of the plumb line, which entails that plumb line is not perpendicular to the surface of the Earth. But then also say reciprocal zenith angles, because the angle's tilted relative to the surface of the Earth and not perpendicular, that proves the globe too. So all measurements that you can do, they all prove a globe, even if they contradict each other.
I don't think they contradict each other.
Oh,
you have to, so we know that the deflection of the vertical has got a certain range. Something like a simultaneous reciprocal.
You don't know that.
You do, because we can measure these things from space, Indy, as well.
Oh my god! He just added an extra layer of unfalsifiability.
I measured it from I measured it from the frickin' Mad Hatter's fucking workshop.
On top of him not proving it on the surface, he's going to a place that doesn't exist to prove it there. Like, you haven't even proved it down here on Earth, bro. Are you going to go to somewhere else and try to prove something you haven't proved here first? It doesn't make sense, Daza.
No, it does. You can make perfect sense out of something like GPS.
Dude, you haven't. When has this been empirically proven?
These measurements.
Look, if you saw somebody and you didn't recognize him, would you try to get farther away to get a better look?
But he hasn't even proven it here. Like,
that's what I mean. Suggesting even going farther away from the thing in question to figure out what it is. That's not how reality works. You try to get closer.
It's hilarious, dude. Then let's get further away from the thing we're trying to test that you haven't proven that anyone's ever did a test on. Let's go farther.
When you're further away, sometimes you get a different perspective on things, right?
Oh, really?
So in the case, one of the first things that they discovered was one of the first high precision measurements of the oblateness of the Earth was when they started to look at the orbit of a Sputnik, and they were able to observe that and from its precession and stuff like that.
That was never up there.
A lot about the shape of the Earth.
You are.
Who did that?
Gene, you
talking
don't have
a bunch of nonsense, bro.
Mate.
I've got more clues than you've ever got, mate. And I know one thing for sure: you're completely discombobulated with what you say. Walking contradiction is what you are, sir. A walking contradiction.
He has not proved one thing he's said so far.
Exactly.
Not one.
We can't go to space. Cold welding, gassing. Cosmic, you're the moron. See, already thrown inside because he knows he's going to get hammered. He's scared, already throwing punches. What a two-bob cunt you are. Excuse the expression. Sorry, but he's what
he's got prior beef, man. Like, this is fucking beef going on.
Why can't we go to space, Jim?
Daza doesn't like Jen.
Why can't we go to space?
The Earth is not round.
Why can't we go to space? Haven't you heard of cosmic ray particles?
I'll tell you why you can't go to space. Because you're broke.
Yeah, that's right. You ain't got the money.
You always got to fall back on that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, let's talk about it. Even in your worldview, you can't go to space because you're broke.
That's a bit of a backwards argument, right? That's taking the approach.
You want the truth? That's what it is.
The fact that we can technically get into space.
Who's we? There's no we, dude.
Yeah.
There's no we.
Dude, you're not like Ratatouille.
You're not part of whatever they're doing.
bro.
In any way, shape, or form, they don't even know you exist, and you're saying we.
Yeah.
They don't know why I exist either, dude. There's no we with me either.
I associate myself with the rest of mankind and modern technology.
Really.
Yeah.
So that automatically makes you an
cherry
expert
pick which
at all things
mankind you want to
space?
associate yourself with, don't you?
Look, there's so much misinformation about science and technology in this space. Right?
Misinformation.
People just don't understand. Like yesterday, Shane and the guys at Data Cosmology did a whole bollocksing of what GPS is and how its coordinate system works, and they completely fucked it up.
You're fumbling your way through this argument. How can you know anything about what those guys are doing?
Well, how can you know they can't do it, Jim? You don't even understand.
Argue with them over there, dude, about whatever they said. We don't know what they said. We're not going to defend them. We don't know what they said.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. He's the misinformation extraordinaire right here. Daza. Trying to dazzle us with his misinformation.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, here's the second candidate tonight that comes in here trying to argue with us about what other people are saying. I don't know why they don't go talk to those people.
Take Elderbear with you when you leave, huh?
Yep, you guys can go on a little quest to find the people you actually want to talk to. Yep, that'd be cool.
Go have a picnic, and then, after that, go talk to the people that actually are making these bad arguments. Yeah, go talk to those guys.
Yeah, gay little voyage.
Go have a picnic on the not flat picnic table.
Yeah. Overlooking flat water. Yeah. And then you'll argue.
That has a horizon that's not horizontal.
You probably argue with Elderbear, though, because he's going to tell you that the Earth is not an actual curved surface.
Yeah, well, Elderbear and Bev want to run me through their proof, but I'm not prepared to go into an argument about what perpendicular to a curve is. So, but at least I think you guys would accept the notion that I could say there's something perpendicular to a curve, wouldn't you?
Depends on what you mean. If you're going to redefine perpendicular.
Yeah, exactly.
See, there you go.
Well, you were, dude.
What is the mathematical definition of perpendicular? Maybe I'm wrong. What's the mathematical definition?
Yeah. So if I said to somebody that
I want the mathematical definition, not some freaking layman definition.
Okay. Well, but we can talk. We're all laymen here, right? So we can talk in.
No, but when you talk about mathematics, everything needs to be defined very rigorously for it to actually work.
Okay. So in mathematics, the something if you were to loosely call something perpendicular to a curve, it's actually perpendicular to the tangent of the curve at the point.
This is not. You're just describing what you think perpendicular is, but you haven't defined it.
What perpendicular is?
How do we evaluate whether what you're saying is true if we don't know what perpendicular is?
Oh, right. You want to go back to Euclid and get Euclid's definition of perpendicular.
No, I want the property that described the mathematical or geometric objects of what perpendicular is.
An angle. A right angle, 90-degree angle. Is that what you want?
A right angle.
Straight lines.
I'll look it up, dude, since you don't know. I'll just do it myself.
Oh, I don't have.
I really don't know the mathematical definition, dude. I was asking because I was thinking you know because you're arguing it, but you don't know.
Along with other things he doesn't know.
You have to write down the specific words that you would put in a maths textbook for what perpendicular is, but it's when two straight lines form a right angle, right? Is that good enough, though, that you can understand what I'm talking about there? We can have a conversation.
Yeah, but then we need to define right angle because the right angle, you got two lines that are perpendicular. So we need to define these things.
Oh, right. So you can't even have a conversation about something as simple as a right angle and a perpendicular, can you?
Well, you don't have a right angle if you have a curve, right? That's what you're talking about.
Okay. Can we agree on what two straight lines are when they're perpendicular then?
No, you suck, bro.
Well, wait till I get the definition. Maybe. We might even be able to agree.
This is primary school maths. Right angles.
No, but we're not doing primary school fucking maths, dude.
Yeah,
you're talking about
a small step above, right?
Yeah. How do you have two right lines on a sphere, a right angle? How do you have that? See how discombobulated it is, what you're saying?
There we go. See,
you're on a sphere.
You can't even comprehend the concept of something being perpendicular to
I comprehend it very well, that it clashes with a sphere. How do you have a right angle? Two straight lines, but you're on a sphere.
Given me a whole bunch of drawings showing lines perpendicular to spheres.
Bullshit.
No, he just did. Look at what he posted. All of these things with a G, or every single one has lines perpendicular to curves. That's what that little square means, perpendicular, right angle.
What
Now he's going
they
to start
would
arguing
call it,
about it.
what they would call it in geometry is normal to the surface. That's what they would
Yes,
call it.
that's
They wouldn't
right,
call
normal to the surface.
They wouldn't call it perpendicular.
Yeah, perpendicular is different.
If you were having a conversation with a professor in mathematics and you said to him, we have a line that is perpendicular to the curve, he wouldn't blink an eye, Lid.
Nah, you might get a little irritated that you didn't say surface normal.
Well, it doesn't have to be
perpendicular
surface.
makes you
It's
sound
be normal to the
amateurish.
curve as well, right? But yeah, surface normal.
No, we apply perpendicular to the Euclidean and non-Euclidean like surfaces. We say surface normal. That's how it is.
Yeah. So the surface normal is perpendicular to a tangent plane, right?
Yeah.
At the point of tangency.
Yeah.
So it's not that hard. We understand what's going on. We didn't need to go through all of that.
No, we do, because those things, tangent plane, tangent point, all those things aren't actually on the thing in question. So the thing in question as a whole, those things you ascribe to them, you're describing like a mathematical relation of like an imaginary thing to it.
So why did you even post those pictures of geodesy? Because they have
internal
these
critique
things in them.
Yeah,
it's called an internal critique.
Okay.
You didn't even know
you
that.
guys you guys are just like speds. Internal critique. I can analyze your worldview inside for consistency without adopting it. You know that, right?
I'm not here to have you evaluate my worldview.
Well, that's what's happening. Sorry, but that's what's happening. We do that so that we can keep you. We do that so we can keep you consistent on points that you bring up. Daza, your points are not consistent, so we have to take you by the hand and show you what you're missing out. And so when we point it out to you, you're like, "Oh, yeah, that's right."
What about all the stuff that you reject out of hand, Alpha? Like all of those measurements we talked about.
Doesn't matter. The internal critique is meant for your benefit so that you can correct the thing that you're not saying, right? So once it's corrected,
you give yourself your own internal
don't worry
critique?
about me, man.
So.
Don't worry about me because you are saying wrong things when it comes to your paradigm. So when you're internally critiqued on it,
everything
then you
is
have
wrong
to
about your paradigm.
you
We
have
can't
to
do an
be
internal
consistent.
critique. From our worldview, we would do an external critique, meaning we would adopt your worldview and look at us, right?
You have nothing to critique internally other than misinformation, basically.
Dude.
You think the Earth is flat? You've made a ginormous mistake
just
somewhere in your
shift the burden off of your shoulders.
And
because
here we go to the fucking. You guys think this, and you guys are just wrong.
That's his only saving grace.
Information.
That's his only saving grace is if he shifts the burden right now because he's got his feet to the flames.
No, he's resorted to drama
when he's wrong.
He's resorted to drama.
Of course,
I think it's funny. That's all.
Yeah, that's funny.
Why do you get cooked in here every time you come in here? Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
You didn't have the answers to any of the things that you were bringing forward, so we had to correct you. And now that you're corrected, you're like, oh, well, what about you guys? Why? You didn't know that your own worldview was inconsistent. Hey, don't worry, but why are you You're just leading everybody away from the thing. Like I said, we're pointing out.
So when you and the Bendy Light were in the chat saying geodetic surveyors measure curvature, were you spreading misinformation?
Might have used the wrong words, but the how can I describe it?
And you misinformed people?
So one of the aims of the geodetic
and you misinformed people.
Just admit,
and you misinformed people.
Just admit you misinformed people.
See, we can all play this game.
Admit it. Yeah, admit it, Daza. We have you on record right now saying that Clipcord got a little snippet of you saying they measured the reference ellipsoid as the best fit surface. You said that. Is that misinformation? Is that misinformation?
Where do you think the reference ellipsoid?
He also said it was calculated. That's the key thing. He said it was calculated.
Yes. So what you do?
Is this misinformation that you said they measured it? Dude,
How do you
is
create
this
a reference
misinformation?
ellipsoid?
Is this misinformation that you say they measured it?
Alpha, how do you create a reference ellipsoid?
Dude, are you going to say
You just
yes
make
or no?
it up, Daza. Daza, you just
You can't
make
just
it
make
up.
it up, Indy. You can't just make it
Yeah,
up.
that's right. You just
You've
make
got
it
to
up because there's
base
a
it
whole
on some
bunch of
measurement.
them. How many reference ellipsoids are there, Daza?
Well, there's a lot because
there's a lot.
all have different
How did
roles,
they
right?
get those? They just made it up.
No, they measured something locally. So there's a whole bunch of reference ellipsoids. There's some that are used a lot in the US. There's some elsewhere. The one that's becoming most common is the GPS WGS84.
Okay, the bezel spheroid is the one that was used in the India survey. What did they measure in fucking India to get the bezel fucking sphere?
They would have had some idea of the dimensions of the Earth to create a spheroid. You have to.
Really?
No, they don't have to.
Well, why is it so that you need? Okay. Well, we'll find out what the origin. What was it? The Bessel
so
spheroid?
they're incapable. There's a moral duty not to do it, or like is someone holding a gun to their head and they just can't make some shit up?
You're talking about
So all of these spheroids are designed to be a best fit of the shape of the Earth at the places you're doing the measurement for geodetic survey or whatever purpose.
The bezel sphere is an actual sphere, and it was invented in fucking Europe. So how did it get to India?
I don't know what they did in India. I know the history of the WGS84 spheroid, but
I'm telling you that for their survey across India, their reference ellipsoid was not actually an ellipsoid; it was the actual sphere. It was a sphere.
Spheroid, okay.
No, a
that's
sphere.
Fine. You can use a spheroid. You'll just have lots of deviation from it, won't you?
Okay.
How do they get the dimensions of the spheroid?
They didn't get the spheroid from local measurements in India. They made it up.
From what? What did they make it up from?
From whatever Bezel did in frickin' Europe.
From celestial navigations, maybe? Some celestial information?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. But Bezel was not in India. Bezel's never been to India. He didn't go to India.
Maybe he had information about India, or maybe he had the spheroid that he established somewhere else.
Yes, it was a spheroid he established somewhere else. So they didn't make the spheroid from local measurements. Okay? That's the point. The thing you said is required. It's not required because it's a bunch of abstractions and you can just make shit up, dude. Why do you think that human beings are limited to frickin' I don't know what. I don't even know what you think, dude. You're almost beyond help at this point.
Someone here the other day had a big list of spheroids that we were going through, and they were all almost identical, right? They only vary by a few percent. Or more, not even a few percent, a few fractions of a percent. Modern ones, anyway. And it's like the WGS84 spheroid. That was a combination of geodetic information, terrestrial information, as well as some early satellite observations as well.
Oh, I'm sure. That's exactly what.
And that's how they established that spheroid. And now they've refined it by measuring it more precisely with GNS.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think
so. You can do very precise terrestrial measurements,
I'm gonna head out,
but you can't measure the whole Earth.
You're just claim stacking, dude. You're like a fucking, you're like a Jenga tower of fucking claims. And I can crash the whole Jenga tower. Like, is there any evidence for what you said? And then you
no,
tower hits the ground.
Nothing.
For the GPS one, I don't reckon you'll be able to crash that, mate.
Yeah, Daza, you can try and hone your GPS argument. The fact of the matter is, you're using your centers fixed. Period.
Yeah, center Earth fixed. Yep, exactly. So,
you're not even using a sphere.
About Bessel, it looks like he did some meridian arc measurements in Prussia and Russia.
Yeah, not India.
No, but same deal. The spheroid, where you measurements, you get if you measure this, try to interpret the spheroid or get an ellipsoid to describe the Earth from anywhere on the surface, you'll come up with similar numbers because it's almost a perfect spheroid, right?
Is it? No,
yeah,
it's not. It's not almost a perfect spheroid. It's not a spheroid at all. It's not an ellipsoid at all. It's none of those things.
The best fit shape for it is an oblate ellipsoid.
Okay, that's incorrect. Okay,
what's the
that's
best
nonsense.
Yeah.
because they are simply mapping measurements to it in the way I described in detail. It's no different than texturing a fucking 3D wireframe for a video game.
It is, because all of those things have to line up, right?
Oh, what needs to line up? Line up to what?
Okay. I'm sure you've seen this meme.
Line up to what? Line up to what?
Each other. So if you make a whole bunch of linear measurements on the surface of the Earth, right? Distance measurements on the surface of the Earth and bearings, and you go one way across the United States, down the other way, and come back again. You've got to make them all line up, right? And they will not line up unless you do that reduction onto the spheroid or the reference body and then back again.
Okay, I already covered this when I say they take the measurements and don't trust the measurements because they're not measuring the surface of the sphere. They're measuring lines of sight in the direction of the plumb line. That's what they're actually measuring. They're not measuring the surface of the sphere. So if I
measuring the dimensions of things on the surface of the sphere, right?
No. There's no sphere.
What's the distance? They're measuring distances.
There's no sphere.
There is a sphere. You just
no. There's no sphere. There's a ex post facto sphere that they take those measurements and put it on. There's no sphere in the measurements, Daza. No matter how much you wish it to be true.
They have to be applied through a sphere, kind of normalized through a sphere, right? Otherwise, they don't make any sense. You cannot join them together. You cannot use different measurements.
You don't know that.
That's how those traverses work. As big triangulation surveys, they need to do that reduction to make them line up.
I'm assuming that you went through the survey data before the reduction of the vertical direction and then saw that they didn't work. You're making shit up. See, what you're doing now is
talk about that anymore then.
The other thing you did, you were just wrong. But this is misinformation. When you say that it didn't work, when you have absolutely not a fucking shred of evidence of whether it would work or didn't work, and that it would take a fucking Herculean task and gazillions of fucking sums of money to even go back over all the fucking logbooks and not use and reverse all the reductions of the horizontal direction and then try to map them to a fucking flat surface and see that it didn't work. You didn't do that. No one's ever done that. And to say it wouldn't work is just making shit up. You don't know if it would work or not.
All right, I'll leave that one alone then. I'll leave that one alone.
Because fucking always say.
But anyway, going back to Bessel.
Man, if I had $1 for every time I heard that shit, and never, ever a shred of evidence how it doesn't quote unquote work on a flat Earth.
So Bessel's ellipsoid, 10 meridian arcs,
spheroid.
38 latitude and longitude precision measurements as control points. It's a good fit spheroid for Europe, Russia, and India.
Okay.
So that's a bit of the history of that one.
So we got to think of how did they do this, right? They did reductions of the horizontal direction. They're azimuths, dude, because they assume that their frickin' vertical plane that supposedly goes through the frickin' instrument are not parallel.
Yeah, so we did meridian arc measurements, right? So you measure a distance on the ground very precisely. And
I'm sure.
And then the arc measurement. So the arc is impacted by deflection of the vertical, so you would have had some error.
The arc of what?
Celestial arc.
Oh, the celestial arc.
Yeah, sure. So they do it celestially, right? They measure their lat long celestially and measure the distance.
What they're measuring is how much the sky moves, dude.
Yeah, it turns out to be a really good reference.
Like, what wouldn't you believe?
Which is why celestial navigation works, right?
What?
This is the same principle as celestial navigation.
Celestial navigation has worked before the globe, dude.
Not to the precision that the globe model allows you to.
Nonsense, dude. Nonsense. The Carolinian Islanders could hit freaking 1 kilometer wide fucking rock islands from 600 kilometers away.
Not in the dark.
Yes, in the dark. You think they can see?
And they can get away with basic, what's it called? When you just go down to a particular latitude and then keep going, right? They had very low precision, Indy. That's
not what the literature says.
You're making compared to modern, because their instrumentation wasn't even very good, right? So they couldn't measure angles very precisely. A lot of it was
using
by
mathematics.
local knowledge.
They weren't using mathematics.
No, they weren't. They just sticks and shadows, basically, right?
Oh no, dude! They're using what's called a sidereal compass and following a road in the sky.
Yeah, but they're not very precise, right?
They were precise enough to hit a 1 kilometer island traveling a distance of 600 kilometers.
How do you know that they only have? What if they only have to get within 50 or 60 kilometers of that island until they can see it on the horizon?
The rocks
right?
just stick out of. It's a rock island. The rocks just stick out of the sea. It's not an island like freaking Gilligan's Island. We're talking rocks where sea turtles hang out. That they would go there to get the turtle eggs.
Yeah, but the precision is low. But anyway.
You just keep chanting it over and over. The precision's low.
Like I said.
And weird, because the Portuguese demanded them to tell them how they did it. Because they kept finding these motherfuckers in the Philippines. It took them 200 years before they told on themselves.
You can get to the Philippines.
You're saying low precision. You don't have any evidence for what you're saying. You just have this religious belief system in what.
No, I have concrete evidence that the Earth is a globe, right? So
you don't have. First of all, you don't know the Earth is a globe. You just think it.
I do.
Yeah. Okay. What is that? What is your primary knowledge again?
My primary information is through GPS, but we won't go through that today.
Now that wouldn't be primary. So you know that you looked at some numbers on a screen.
Oh no! I've looked at the source code to GPS receivers.
Okay. So numbers on a screen.
So you know nothing about history.
I'm saying that's your primary information. Right? I'm saying that's your primary information is numbers on a screen.
And the data that comes with those numbers, yeah.
Okay. The data. So your your primary information is numbers on a screen. You can call it data. You can call it whatever. You can call who's a what's this. You can call whatever.
It works.
You have no primary information at the Earth's globe. Period. That
my
data
information is good.
That you think is data
excellent information.
Would be secondary.
The information I use can determine your location to within 1 centimeter.
You just believe that, okay? Because the document.
I've done tests.
Trimble. You've done 1 centimeter test.
Not 1 centimeter.
How did you know it was accurate within 1 centimeter?
No, I haven't done the 1 centimeter ones, but I've done tests of GPS. I've verified its operation, and I know how it works.
No, you didn't. That's
and it measures curvature. I've done long enough distance runs to detect curvature.
Yeah, I don't believe you even for 1 second.
Why?
I don't think you even know how it works, quite honestly.
Okay.
No,
Let's have a bat off on who knows more about GPS then. Jin, I just saw your meme there about GPS's ground positioning. That is bollocks, mate. If you believe that, somebody has hoodwinked you big time.
So we already covered this. Okay. You don't have any primary information. You have secondary information. You've already admitted to me many times, well, not many, but enough, that GPS spoofing exists.
Yeah,
and that I can send you into a fucking brick wall.
You can't do it at scale, and you can detect.
How do you know that? The entire fucking country of Estonia is like on fucking GPS blackout. You can do it.
That's a blackout. That is not spoofing. That's a blackout. Dude. You can jam it, but you can't spoof at scale without it being detectable.
Okay. How do you know that?
Because I know how it works. You can see it in the design of the system. All you have to do is fix one GPS or know where two GPSs are relative to each other, and you can detect if you're being spoofed almost instantly.
And how would you know that? You would use the GPS, the very thing that's in question, to figure that out.
So if I have a fixed GPS.
Yeah, I wouldn't address what I said either.
So what did you say again? Sorry?
You said you would need to know the relative position of the two GPS. Well, how would you know that from the GPS?
Oh, yeah. If you've got an antenna on each wing of an aircraft.
But you're getting a spoof signal. So how would you know that?
If you've got an antenna with independent receivers on each wing of an aircraft, you know that those wings always have to be 40 metres apart, whatever